Hi, juniors. We're moving into the thesis development stage, so we wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction as to where we're going next, and sort of have a check-in. So, in Mr. Staffaroni's course, in the junior research paper folder, we dumped all of the research question related stuff into that orange folder called research questions, and we're now going to move into thesis statements. So in the thesis statement folder, you have a couple of things. One is when you're ready, and that's not yet. When you're ready, and you shouldn't be ready yet, we're going to put your thesis statement into a Google form just like you did the last time. So this is your junior research paper thesis statement. You'll submit here. And then that's going to link us to a spreadsheet. And so that will be your thesis statement feedback, and that's here. And so right now it's empty because we haven't got any thesis statements in there. But you'll see that it will start to populate. If for any reason you can't access it or it's not populating fast enough, down at the bottom of the page, there is a thesis statement feedback link. So you can just click on that and go out to the document. All right, so that's actually for a little bit later. So I'm sort of going to backtrack into what we're doing immediately. So what we're doing now is the thesis statement exercise, which is why it's first. The bottom line is this. You've been doing some research. You have probably research journals on 2 or 3 sources. So the next step you need to do is, hopefully without any of your notes, just make a list of like 10 things you've learned so far. So where it says make a list of 10 things you've learned so far, that's probably what you should be doing. At the top of this, you can put your topic, you can put research question, because it's always good to have all of these things together. All right, if you are having trouble making a list of 10 things you've learned so far without any notes, chances are you haven't learned enough yet. So if you can rattle off 10 without thinking without consulting your notes, you're in good shape. If you're petering out around 3 and then you need to start digging, you might not have enough sources, or the quality and substance of your sources is not sufficient. So this is where we really need to take a deeper dive into more substantive materials. Remember back a long time ago when we were at the top of the research model when I said this is your golden ticket, you can use any kind of resource you can want. That's over. We now need to be looking for facts, anecdotes, and opinions. They need to be original analysis, very insightful. It can't be the same information that you see in one source after another. Your titles shouldn't be the same anymore. They should be fairly complex. So if you're still looking for Cuban Missile Crisis, that's a problem. What we need to know now is we really need to start looking at newspaper articles, magazine articles, more detailed documentary style videos, ebooks definitely, and original source materials, primary sources, right? So if you can make this list, then the next step for you to do is to write 1 or 2 sentences that encapsulates everything in that list. Don't think about thesis statements yet. Just look at your list and try to write a sentence or 2 about it. Pause. Pause. All right. Then you can start thinking about thesis statements. So you're going to take a position. Be careful. You're taking a position. You are not providing an opinion. There is a difference. What you need to do is take all the evidence that you're compiling, and from that, you are going to generate a thesis. There's a difference. All right. So then you can go ahead and do this. What did you learn today? At the bottom of this document, there's some really nice examples that should help you think about thesis statements. And we really made an effort to sort of make them very social studies oriented. We've got point, counterpoint, we've got cause and effect, we've got problem solution. You've got even more details if you want more. This actually came from the English department back in the day, a long time ago, and we made some adaptations to make it more relevant to what you're doing. But this is really a great resource for you to develop your thesis statement. It has some sort of examples on how you can arrange your language. It has a weak thesis statement, has a really strong thesis statement example, both about the Cuban Missile Crisis and Khrushchev. So I think this should be a document that really should get you on your way.